Afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching me. I bring greetings to you. My name is Dr. Eveline Joseph. Welcome to my first edition of Divine Truth. Weekly, we'll be bringing different topics. We're discussing different topics on this Divine Truth. Today, we are looking at the topic overcoming joblessness. We live in a time where jobs are scarce. In fact, you get job by connection. It's not just by qualification again. So there are many people who are jobless because of one thing or the other. But we are going to be looking at how we can overcome it. In our second episode, we will digest how the points of how to overcome it. But now we want to look at joblessness itself. Joblessness is a state where someone is not employed, either personally or by the government. In other words, when someone is not doing anything to bring income in the person's life, either daily, weekly, or monthly, you are just there. Money is not coming from anywhere except somebody helps you. That's joblessness. And joblessness is not always favorable, either by the person who is jobless or people around the person. And the Bible does not encourage joblessness. So we need to get to work. As children of God, we need to get to work. We will look at the scripture to see somebody who was jobless and how life was not palatable with that person. In Luke chapter 16, verse 19 to 21, I read, he said, there was a certain rich man who was clothed with purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. But there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, full of sorrow, who was laid at his gate. Lazarus was laid at his gate to wait for the crumbs that falls from the table of the rich man. And of course, he was not palatable with it. If you read the story down, Lazarus did not find it easy. So the Bible does not encourage laziness, does not encourage joblessness. And we'll be looking at some causes of joblessness. One is laziness. The Bible does not encourage laziness also. And if you are lazy, some people don't just want to work. They just feel that things can just happen because when they grew up, they were taken care of and they feel like life can just go on and on like that. No, the Bible discourages laziness. In 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 10, Paul encouraged the brethren. He said, for even when we were with you, we commanded you this, if anyone will not work, neither should he eat. So he said, if you will not work, you should not even eat. You see? So laziness causes joblessness, and it's not good because it doesn't favor even the person who is jobless. So we are encouraged to work so that we can have what to eat and what to spend, and even have spare to help others. Another factor that causes joblessness is, I call it pride. And of course, there is pride in it. When you start selecting job, you don't want to do any menial job. You just think you can have white-collar job before you work and so forth. You are looking for one big job. You are looking for you are a manager. You have your certificate, so you want to become a manager. You are looking for those big positions. Ask those who are in that position. They started somewhere. Don't be deceived, they started somewhere. If they want to tell you the truth, you will know that they started somewhere. So you need to start somewhere. And the Bible discourages you just thinking you will just blow up like that, as the youth will call it today, blow up. Zechariah 4 verse 10 says, for who has despised the days of small things? Despising the days of small things is not good because you can't just run big like that. God is so wise to allow us start small. Another thing that causes joblessness is false hope. Hyper hope. I call it hyper faith. You just think that you can just hit luck one day, bam, and you will just grow big. No, it's not like that. You need to start from somewhere. Joseph had a dream. In the book of Genesis, chapter 40, if you read from verse 1 downward, you will see Joseph had a dream. Genesis 39. Joseph had a dream. that the father, the mother, the interpretation of the dream, the mother and the father and the 11 brethren were supposed to bow before him. But Joseph did not just wait for that day. He was serving his brethren. Even when they sold him, is when he went to give them food. He was still doing his normal job when he was still waiting for that appointed time. So you don't just have faith, bam, that it will just happen. No, you have to start from where God has placed you, even if it is small, because don't despise it. You know, you have to really also know that Satan can also cause joblessness. We can't overlook it. Paul says in Acts chapter 16, verse 9, he said, "Great and effectual door is open unto me, but there are many adversaries." Meaning, you can still have opportunity to have job and Satan block it. We cannot overlook it. But however, if you trust God and pray, you will overcome it. We will look at how to overcome joblessness in our second edition. You can follow me on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp. You can follow me, and God is going to bless you as you follow daily. Have a nice day. God bless you.